Did they overreact? Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 most violent celebrity outbursts. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at both outbursts from British celebs and outbursts that happened within the UK, but weren't necessarily by Brits. Number 10, Chris Martin attacks paparazzi.
I gotta ask one thing of you guys. Is there anybody alive out there?
After Martin admitted to assaulting a photographer in 2003, you'd think the press would learn their lesson and not shove a camera in his face. Unfortunately, this cameraman clearly didn't hear about Martin's previous outburst, and finds himself on the receiving end of an attack and some harsh words. The photographer was trying to get some shots of Martin and his wife Gwyneth Paltrow leaving a hospital, looking for confirmation that Paltrow was pregnant again.
Congratulations, Chris.
Yeah, man.
Have some
Respect. Jesus. Have some respect. Have some
What
respect.
are you doing?
Hey, Chris, thanks for the video. You give it back to him or this door's getting broken.
When Martin follows her out, he pushes the reporter to the ground after he makes a snide comment and nearly steals his camera.
You jerk.
Listen, man, you've got to have some
Nice
respect.
one.
Number 9, Slow Tie at the Enemy Awards.
We like to drink with Mora, cause Mora is our mate. And when we drink with Mora, he gets it done in 8, 7, 6, 5.
No stranger to controversy, rapper Slow Tie was heavily criticised for his actions at the 2020 Enemy Awards, not only by people watching at home, but by the audience present at the show as well. He was first berated for making a series of deeply inappropriate comments about the host, comedian Katherine Ryan, which got him on the wrong side of the punters. As he accepted the Hero of the Year award, he was called a misogynist and booed, which riled him up enough to start threatening his own fans.
Enemy, thank you for ruining my speech. Thank you very much.
He threw his drink at them and had to be stopped from fighting the crowd by security. Number 8, Russell Brand has a run-in with the paparazzi. As one of the UK's most divisive figures, it's no surprise that Russell Brand has had numerous bad encounters with the press. This was made even more intense as he tried to make his way through LAX, accompanied by then-fiancée Katy Perry, who attracts no small number of reporters on her own.
In a bad mood, huh, bro?
Brand begins pushing the photographers out of the way, and though they didn't come to any harm, he was eventually put under citizen's arrest.
You trespassing.
Both he and Perry maintained that he'd lashed out because a photographer was trying to take inappropriate photos of her, but he was still made to pay a $20,000 bail. Number 7, Asan Njie threatens to kill Jamie Lomas. At the 2019 TV Choice Awards, violence was clearly in the air. A fight broke out between Emmerdale's Asan Njie and Hollyoaks' Jamie Lomas in the lobby of the Hilton. It was apparently over a financial dispute between a fellow actor and friend of Njie, who was being managed by Lomas' company. Rumour has it that when this unnamed actor decided to leave, Lomas asked for his commission, which Njie didn't take kindly to. Regardless of his motivation, however, he still threatened to stab Lomas in public and was subsequently sacked from his role of Ellis Chapman. Number 6, Justin Bieber lashes out in London.
I think I was making headlines and some other reasons. I kept myself relevant.
2013 was a rough year for Justin Bieber, whose UK tour was plagued with issues. After first being slammed for arriving at his own show at the O2 an hour late, a different show at the arena was cut short by him fainting on stage. The following day, his hotel was surrounded by reporters. Though he initially made it to his car without incident, thanks to his security guards, their heckling eventually got to him, and he tried to get back out of the car to attack them.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
He was stopped by his bouncers and eventually drove off, but not before they all shouted plenty of profanities at each other. Number 5. Hugh Grant kicks paparazzi.
You should be able to deal with it better than I dealt with it, but I never liked them round my house. It felt like that was my bubble.
Despite coming across as polite and well-mannered, Hugh Grant has been on the wrong side of the law many times, including one incident where he was arrested for assault after throwing baked beans at a photographer outside his house. But a few years later, in 2009, he again encountered the paparazzi while walking through New York, trying to get a cab late one night.
Wanking on the internet, eh? Yeah.
What seems to start off as friendly banter between Grant and the reporter ends with the actor kicking him right between the legs.
You trying to catch a cab? It's probably easier now.
Alright.
Ow, Jesus, that wasn't cool.
Grant was even threatened with a lawsuit, though it didn't amount to much. Number 4. Jeremy Clarkson punches someone at the BBC. Top Gear has never been the same since the original 3 presenters left, which happened because of a petty dispute about dinner not being ready. After a long day of filming in 2015, Clarkson punched assistant producer Ocean Tiemann and made a few offensive remarks about Ocean being Irish, because there was no hot food. This resulted in the BBC shelving the remaining series of Top Gear and ultimately sacking Clarkson.
What we know is that the producer Oisin Tiemann was indeed attacked by Jeremy Clarkson, and he was also subjected to sustained verbal abuse.
May and Hammond walked out too in solidarity, and the BBC lost some of their most valuable stars. 5 years later, the hotel where it happened held a commemorative steak night to mourn the loss of Clarkson's BBC career.
What are you going to do next, Mr. Clarkson?
Guys, sorry. Jeremy!
Number 3. Christian Bale yells on set. In 2009, Christian Bale received attention for an intense outburst on the set of Terminator Salvation.
I was looking at the light.
Oh, good for you!
Footage emerged of him berating the director of photography, Shane Hilbert, in a tirade bursting with profanities. According to other crew members who were on set, however,
Stay off the set, man.
Bale's outburst was justified because, during an intense scene on a hot day, Hilbert kept walking into Bale's line of sight and causing him to break character. After the altercation, they had to continue filming for 7 hours. Regardless of whether it was warranted, Bale himself has apologized and admits he was wrong to kick off like that.
I wanna kick your ass. You don't shut up for a second, alright?
Number 2. Eric Cantona Kung Fu kicks fan.
When I did Kung Fu on the Oligan.
Really?
Yeah, because these kind of people don't have to be to the game.
In his time as a professional footballer, Eric the King was notoriously unpredictable and had to be disciplined many times for his behavior on the pitch. But he's best known for one unfortunate moment when, in a match against Crystal Palace, he drop-kicked a rival fan.
Oh, what's going on here? Cantona's getting involved with some supporters.
It happened after Cantona was given a red card and got sent off, and the fan, Matthew Simmons, came to the front to taunt him. Though it was quickly stopped and Cantona was escorted off the pitch, it's gone down in history as one of the craziest things to ever happen in football.
I prefer to look forward, you know?
Number 1. John Prescott punch. Upon arriving in Riyadh, Deputy Prime Minister John Prescott found himself met with a group of protesters arguing in favour of fox hunting. One of these protesters egged Prescott and got more than he bargained for in return, as Prescott punched him in the jaw with his left hand.
Other camera angles make it clear exactly what happened.
While many supporters of Prescott have pointed out that if the politician and amateur boxer really wanted to do some damage, he would have used his right hand, it garnered a lot of bad press for Labour. Today, it's become an infamous moment in British politics, and a prime example of how not to treat people you disagree with. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.